Where.
Oh, okay, that's probably why. But it's on a timer. It usually comes in, you go log in and it turns on. You are live on YouTube.
Okay, thank you, sir. This is a meeting of the Norwich Selectboard, a special meeting, Tuesday, August 19th, 2025, to set the tax rate. I'm Mary Layton, the board chair. To my right is Timo Briggs, the vice chair. We have Priscilla Vincent and Matt Sweat, and on Zoom we have Marcia Calloway. So the whole board is here. Our town manager, Brandon Duffy, is managing the meeting remotely. Okay, so that's our setup. First item is the agenda. Is there any discussion about the agenda? No? I'm seeing none. Could I have a motion, please?
I move to approve the agenda as presented.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
And let's vote. Marcia, how do you vote? I can't hear you. Is that a yes? Okay, I think that's a yes.
I think 5 grand.
Oh, okay. I could come back to that, but I think it was a yes. Timo, how do you vote?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
And I'm a yes.
I'm a yes too.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Getting a little distracted here. Okay. Okay, I think he's here or not.
But could we check our volume? Just,
Check our volume on the.
On the, would someone else say something?
I feel like I'm hearing things in the background, but very.
Could we see, maybe Brennan could speak?
Can he hear us?
When we came in, he couldn't, but let's make sure it's all functioning.
It looks as though the volume is up.
Hey folks, sorry, I'm for calling in here. I am able to hear you fine. And bear with me.
Okay.
We can hear you.
All right. I would like to hear from Marcia Calloway.
My audio to work.
We can hear you now, Martha.
So it sounds, can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Oh, good, okay. If you could just interpret what they're saying to me.
Okay, so it sounds like Marcia can't hear us. Is there someone there to help you?
No, I'm in the hospital. I can now hear you, Mary, but only through the phone because Brennan's put the phone so that I can.
Okay, so I wanted to confirm your vote to approve the agenda. Was it a yes?
Yes.
Okay. So the second item on the agenda is public comments for items not on the agenda. Are there any public comments? Did you have a public comment, Timo, or?
Yes, unrelated to anything on the agenda. Yes, Brennan, I wonder if it's possible for us to get updates on construction so we know when people are showing up and just generally what's happening, say on the Tracy Hall project.
And what was the reply?
So I guess maybe I'm unclear. Kimo, you're asking me to provide the select board with an update on Tracy Hall construction progress?
Yeah. I mean, you
Well,
provide the public with, I don't really care if it's a public or select board or who.
I think I mentioned at the meeting last week that we were going to be starting our construction for the removal of the tanks on Monday, which was yesterday. So that's what's happening right now at Tracy Hall.
Mm-hmm. So written reminders, I guess, is what I'm just, hey, this is happening today.
It's a suggestion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
If it's possible.
all right.
Thanks.
Okay, any other public comments? No? Okay, I wanted to ask the board if it's okay, shall I take the minutes? I think our minutes taker is not here.
Oh,
Or
thank
some-
you.
Yeah, thank you.
That's okay, you guys?
Oh, yeah.
I'll take the minutes.
You have experience.
Yes, I've had some experience with that, this is Marcia. Okay, so now we're ready to have a discussion about setting the tax rate. We have Barry, Rosalinda, and Brennan to help explain it. We were sent a calculation for last year and a calculation for this year. I don't think it was part of the packet, but we have that, right?
Yep.
Okay. So Brennan, or would you like to kick this off, or?
Sure. Yeah, I think this should be very straightforward. This is the same process that we followed last year when we set our tax rate. What Barry has put out in the form of a memo is really a screenshot of our NEMRIC software, which is what we use for the final calculation of the proposed rate. And in that memo at the top, you can see what was done last year as far as those numbers. And at the bottom of that page, you will see that we have new numbers. The grand list was filed on Friday, last Friday. So we have a larger grand list number at this point, and we have a amount to be raised by the taxes of $6,277,022, I believe. And then in the number calculation, they have come back with a rate of 0.5066, which would be the municipal tax rate for this coming year to raise that amount of funds out of our grand list. So that is what is before the select board today for your approval. And if that approval occurs, then our tax billing process will begin. So then we turn this over to mostly the finance office, who will then be working to create the tax bills. Those tax bills will go out, I would assume, within the next 7 days or so. And once the tax bill is mailed, our taxpayers in the town will have 30 days from the date that the bill was issued to make the first payment for the first installment of those taxes. So I think that is pretty straightforward, but I think either I or Barry could answer a question if there were any.
Okay, thank you, Brennan. So?
Yeah, the question I have is, it says the total amount to be raised is $6,277,022. But the amount that voters approved in March was $6,723,893. And so I don't understand the approximately $500,000 gap between what we voted to spend and what's on here.
That was another gap, right?
Because I could answer that, because this is the amount to be raised by taxes, Priscilla. So we also have other sources of revenue that have been calculated that are not going into the tax rate calculation.
Okay.
Could you name your figure again, Priscilla?
Which one?
The
The town approved in the
yeah.
town report? 6,723,893.
Okay, that's what I thought you said. Thank you. Okay, are there other questions, Matt?
In the two dialogue boxes that you compared, the only difference that I saw was that the checkbox for voted exempt, next to voted exempt on the 2025-26, it has two checks, local agreement and municipal rate. And then the one above it, local agreement was unchecked. And is that okay?
Yes.
Oh, Barry, I'm sorry, I should get you a chair, because I think you need a.
I know it's okay.
All set, Mary?
Yes, thank you.
So the checkbox for the voted exempt just allows the NEMRIC tool to calculate it automatically by using the data that's in the system. The prior year, we took the report and did a manual calculation. It comes out to the same percentage, whether you do it manually or you use that checkbox. It just fills in the number, see, you can
Oh,
see.
that's why it's grayed out.
It's grayed out, right? So if you check the box, it fills in the number automatically and then produces the percentage. When Cheryl and Brennan and I did it last year, we didn't check that box and we did a manual calculation. That's the only difference.
Okay, are there other questions? Any questions from the public? Oh, I'm sorry, go, so.
Just so everybody's clear, this is just a municipal tax, and the school tax, is that gonna be at a different rate set by?
That's what generally comes in very late, I think.
Yeah, but I mean,
This is all that in municipal.
and we don't have anything to do with the school tax rate.
No.
Right.
No. No, that's
But
not,
the
no.
tax bills probably can't go out until the school tax rate is set.
Well, that's maybe a question for Barry.
It's true. We have to wait for that. The estimated date, according to Cheryl, was she thought maybe the 20th that we would have that.
20th of August?
That too is an automatic download through the system, through the accounting software. It's connected to the state.
Okay. Okay, so that may add to the preparations and that delay. Yes, but it's not, you know, it's unavoidable. Okay, so any other questions? Oh, Christie?
I just had a question on basically how. the
Hold on,
budget-
hold on. I'm gonna ask Barry to,
Okay.
and you to switch so that people at home can see that you're there.
James, Farrell Farm Road. I just had a question about the school budget, how, I just learning how this all works. And it just is helpful for me to, as a taxpayer, but also probably on the finance committee or whatever, on how the whole tax calculation works. And for the school budget, how does that get incorporated into this number here? Like you have you have your percentage, you've got your grand list of 12 million or whatever that the grand list was on there, right? Now, how does the school, do you put the school budget into the same kind of formula?
Maybe we should have Barry come back up and bring another chair.
What's the next one? I'm just curious because it's not as complicated as you think. It's just understanding how you get these rates and then also how current use plays into this from the state.
I was just looking to see if there was a screenshot that showed you on here, but it doesn't. So there's, it's another screen in Nemrick before you get to that at the bottom.
Okay.
It's literally a button that you, and then it's connected
To this?
to the state.
Oh, to the
The
state.
state gives you that information because it can't be touched. Right, like once it goes in there, it's like you can't go in and change the number or anything. It's a field that's controlled.
Okay.
So when that's ready, that's what the listers will do, is they'll click that button and then we'll have the education tax also included, so we can produce the tax.
So yeah, so that number, you're just gonna also do the same, similar.
No,
Oh, they'll just tell you.
it'll tell you what the rate is.
Wow.
That's what
Okay.
will come
And then
in.
you add it to.
It'll print on the tax bill, it's on the municipal on one side and that's education.
And how does current use play? Does the state do the current use piece of it? Because I have 90 acres in current use.
Get the rate.
It'll show you separated on the bill.
Yeah, that's what I thought, that the state kind of manages that piece of it, because we have to be very careful on how we file that every year. Okay, thank you.
So
That's very.
goes through from the state, the current use
Well, the listers put it in,
listers.
you know,
Enter that, okay.
data, but the money
In the
will,
data?
the money will flow through from the state. Sometimes it just happens on the tax bill, depends on timing, I think, because we revise tax bills all year. We do receive a check from the state, at least we did last year.
Right. So in the initial process of lodging the grand list, would the current use have been taken into account at that point?
Just a better question for the listers, because the finance office doesn't.
Doesn't deal with that. Okay.
That'd be something I'd like to know.
Okay.
I can.
Sure.
I'm not the only one that has current use on their property.
We may need a flow chart here.
Yeah, I think it's also behooves the town to understand how that's all being done as well, considering how KRT came back with their appraisals and everybody's appraisals went up so much this year. Be good to be as transparent as possible, in my opinion.
Sure.
You know, if that current use is something I'm still confused about now. Now, sorry, it's okay.
We don't do current use, so I
I
can't.
don't know, Pam's here. I don't know if she could add anything to that. No, no, listers.
Be happy to discuss it with you after you want stuff.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thanks.
Thank you so much for your time on that. Appreciate it.
Okay. Any further questions or discussion?
Is this from?
We could go down the corridor there,
They're closed.
but they're closed. But they're all day.
Well, there's information on the door, how to get in touch with her.
You can see where it is. So
I'm dropping something off. I'm not just go straight down there. Oh. Thank you.
Maybe one final question, because this is my first time sitting in on meeting the tax rate. I'm assuming that town manager Cheryl as both the treasurer, Cheryl Lindbergh as both the treasurer and the lister, and then Barry have all kind of looked at all these numbers, you know, blessed them, and everybody's comfortable with this being accurate.
yes.
I don't mean to, you know,
No, but no,
ask a silly question, but
that's a very good question. And Brennan, can you explain that? I think that was your meeting
I
yesterday.
can, sure, yeah. So following the filing of the grand list, we met with Cheryl on Monday morning yesterday and made sure that all three of us were comfortable with the number that's being proposed to the select board.
perfect.
Okay, that's another important part of the process. Okay, any further questions? All right, let's make a motion.
I move to set the municipal tax rate at 0.5066 for fiscal year 2025-26.
For a second.
Second.
Okay, then we'll do some voting. Marcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, and Kimo?
Yes.
Priscilla?
Yes.
And Matt?
Yes.
And I'm a yes. Okay, tax rate is set. May I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
I move to adjourn the meeting.
For a second?
Second.
And we'll vote on that. Let's see. Marcia, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay. Kimo?
Yeah.
Priscilla?
Yes.
Matt?
Yes.
And I'm a yes, and adjourn at 12:19. Our shortest
Recording
meeting
stopped.
ever. Uh-oh.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. Have a good vacation.
Sorry, I didn't see your hand.
Thank you for calling in.
You're gonna disappear? Okay.
I'm still here. but
Okay,
I'm ending the
Thank
meeting
you.
here.
I wanted to mention, give thanks to Brennan for, I understand that he's on vacation.
Yes.
But because of the timing of this.